Hi, this is Rich. Welcome back. I just finished week 68 since I started Wegovy. I took this week's shot just a few seconds ago. It's a nice thing to be able to say again. For those of you who may not be aware, a couple of weeks ago, but at the beginning of September, so about almost 4 weeks ago, I got a notification from the insurance company or from my pharmacist saying the insurance company wasn't going to cover Wegovy anymore because I wasn't seeing results. I don't know what they thought they were looking at. They said it was because I wasn't my doctor wasn't sharing the information with them, so they didn't know if I was having good results. And then finally, when the doctor shared information, then they said, "Yeah, you're not seeing good results, even though I'd lost 80 pounds or more and fluctuated a little bit uh, around there." And then they said, "Go ahead, we'll put you back on the drug. Congratulations." And they've sent me, I think, 5 or 6 different letters, several explaining why they weren't going to give me the drug. And the last one was congratulating me on their approval of me getting the drug. It's kind of strange. I haven't found out if there's any rationale behind it yet. I probably will never find out why they stopped it and then they started it. But that's okay as long as I'm able to take the drug. So I told you last week that had been off the drug for a couple of doses or a couple of weeks, and now my pharmacist or my clinician was a little worried that I was going to have some negative side effects if I started the 2.4 level of Wegovy again at the top dose. But I had already gotten the medication, so we decided to just go forward with it and see how it goes. So I took it last Saturday, and the first part of the week, I was experiencing some discomfort because I was on the drug. I had an upset stomach, certainly a change in bowel habits. It was constipation was back, and yeah, so it was not, and I was still hungry, right? So, and it was very similar to when I first started this drug, where the first couple of days, first 3, 4, 5 days, um, maybe 3 or 4 days, didn't seem like I was taking anything, and all of a sudden, then it really did seem like something happened. Well, I had the same experience here, only I think it was a little longer. I think it was about day 5 when I was no longer really incredibly hungry. I don't know why I experienced that I'm not so hungry, because I know that some of it is it leaves food in your stomach and you digest things slower, and that causes your brain to think that you're full. Uh, but still, I think part of it was just over the last couple of weeks of not being able to get the drug. All I was thinking about was food and what am I going to do, and what do I do if I get it all back? So I think that maybe I calmed down a little bit, and now I'm able to just focus on being on the drug. And I also am exercising more. Here you can see now. Uh, I don't know if it's over here, over there, but somewhere I think it's over there. Somewhere it's showing up as my weekly exercise, and then I put in the last month. So you can see that except for one day that I wasn't able to use my exercise bike over the last month, I was very consistent. And the only thing that's different about the rest of them is the very first day I went 4 miles instead of 5 miles, because I didn't, from a conditioning standpoint, I didn't think I could make it, and I thought, well, I can go one more mile. And it's become a lot easier as I've gone. I've been thinking about, do I need to change up my routine a little bit? Do I need to add time, or do I need to use one of the courses instead of just pedaling at the easiest rate? We'll see. We'll see how I go. But at least I'm being very consistent with my exercise. I'm also tracking my food and calories religiously, so I'm making sure that I know what I'm eating, what my macros are, my calories, and my protein, and my fats, and my carbohydrates are. So I'm hitting all the goals there, or I'm trying to. Sometimes, depending on what I eat, it kind of blows things out of proportion. But I have had, over the last couple of weeks, I did have a couple of days where, if I'm supposed to eat 2,000 calories, I ate 4,000 calories. I went crazy. So when I tell you that I went crazy, I went crazy. So I think last week I said I went crazy, and I didn't actually explain what it was. And yeah, I ate 2 days worth of food in one day. So And I think that's always under the surface. I have to make sure I control that and have good food available in the house. And we'll see, because I'm heading into the danger zone. I consider uh, Halloween through New Year's the danger zone, where there's just so many snacks and so many goodies and so many really good things to eat. And then everything's about eating. All the holiday for Thanksgiving, and then all the family parties that happen, and the holiday parties that happen, they're all about food. So I'm in the danger zone. I know that. I think I can handle it. I handled it last year pretty well. It was after the danger zone that I struggled. So we'll see how it goes. Anyhow, you didn't come to hear about that. Let's talk about something a little more fun. Why is it a good idea to borrow money from a pessimist? Why is it a good idea to borrow money from a pessimist? Because they don't expect to get it back. No? How about this one? I called a plumber recently and I told him I had a leak in my sink. And there was a pause, and he says, "That's okay, I won't judge." A leak in my sink. He's not going to judge. Maybe only guys will get that one. All right. How did I do this week? This week was tough in the beginning. For the first 4 or 5 days, I was very hungry and I had upset stomach and constipation. It was everything bad and nothing good. Then I think about Wednesday, Thursday time frame, maybe Thursday time frame, I got less upset stomach and less hungry. So I think it's a good thing I'm back on this drug. I lost 2 pounds. I'm down a total of 89. I'm not giving it back. I'll see you next week.